Hello friends, welcome to SKTech Katta. So today we are going to discuss about the topic numericals based on forces on submerged bodies, that is nothing but drag and lift forces. So this video lecture we are making in continuation with our previous lecture based on the forces on submerged body. If you have not seen that lecture based on forces on submerged bodies, in this video in the description part I am giving the link of the same. You are requested to first of all see the theory related to the forces on submerged bodies, that is nothing but drag and lift. Now we'll start the numericals, how to solve the numericals based on forces on submerged bodies, that is nothing but related to drag and lift. So let's continue. So we'll take the first problem. The problem statement is a flat plate having area 1.5 meter into 1.5 meter moves at a 50 km per hour in a stationary air having density of 1.15 kg per meter cube. If the coefficient of drag and lift are 0.15 and 0.75 respectively, we have to determine the lift force. Second thing, we have to determine the drag force. Next one, we have to find out the resultant force. And fourth one, we have to find out the power required to keep the plate in motion. So here in the problem they have mentioned that there is one flat plate which is having the area as a 1.5 meter into 1.5 meter. That flat plate is moving with a uniform velocity of, that is velocity they have mentioned 50 km per hour, and that plate is moving in a air having density of 1.15 kg per meter cube, and they have mentioned the coefficient of drag and lift that is nothing but the value of CD and value of CL. CD is equal to 0.15, CL is equal to 0.75, and we have to find out this quantity. So first of all we will write down the given data. So in the given data, first thing will be area of plate area of plate 1.5 meter into 1.5 meter, that is nothing but 2.25 meter square. Then velocity of the plate they have mentioned, that is 50 km per hour, convert it in terms of SI unit, that is nothing but meter per second, convert kilometer into meter, so multiply by 1000, hour into second, divided by 60 into 60, so that will be 13.89 meter per second. Then density of air they have mentioned 1.15 kg per meter cube. CD coefficient of drag, that is nothing but 0.15. CL coefficient of lift, that is nothing but 0.75. Now we'll solve the problem. So first of all we have to find out the value of lift force. So we are knowing the equation to calculate the value of lift force. FL is equal to CL A rho u square upon 2. In this equation CL is called as a coefficient of lift whose value they have mentioned, that is nothing but 0.75. A is nothing but the area of plate, projected area of plate. Area of plate is nothing but 2.25 meter square. Rho, that is nothing but density of the air, that is also given, so 1.15 kg per meter cube. Velocity of the air they have mentioned, that is nothing but 13.89 meter per second, and 2 is a constant. So put all those values in this equation, so we will automatically get the value of FL, that is nothing but lift force. That value of lift force will be equal to 187.20 Newton. Similarly we have to find out the value of drag force. So for finding out the value of drag force we have to use the another equation. FD is equal to CD A rho u square upon 2. whereas CD is called as a coefficient of lift whose value is given, CD is called as a coefficient of drag whose value is 0.15. A is nothing but the projected area 2.25. Rho, value of rho we are knowing, value of U we are knowing. So put all those values, you will get the value of FD. So that value of FD will be in terms of Newton. So that is nothing but 37.44 Newton. Then third thing, we have to find out the resultant force. So to find out the value of resultant force, we have to use the equation. If we are knowing the value of FL and FD, we have to use the equation as a FR is equal to under square root of FD square plus FL square. So put the value of FD and FL. FL is equal to 187.20, FD is equal to 37.44. So after putting those values in this equation, I will get the value of resultant force called as a total force, that is nothing but 190.85 Newton. Last point, we have to find out the power required to keep the plate in motion. So the formula for power required to keep the plate in motion is nothing but power is nothing but force in the direction of motion into velocity divided by 1000. Force in the direction of motion called as a drag force. So FD into velocity of that plate divided by 1000. So after taking this equation, whatever value of power we are getting, that value of power will be in terms of kilowatt. And here, if we are not going to take the 1000, that value of power will be only in terms of watt. So formula for power required to keep the plate in motion is nothing but FD into velocity U divided by 1000. Answer we will get in terms of kilowatt. Put the value of FD, put the value of U, we will get the value of power required to keep the plate in motion, that is nothing but 0.519 kilowatt. Now we'll switch to the another problem. The statement of problem: a man weighing 90 kg force descend to the ground from the aeroplane with the help of a parachute against the resistance of air. The velocity with which the parachute, which is hemispherical in shape, comes down is 20 meter per second. Find the diameter of parachute. Assume CD is equal to 0.5 and density of air as a 1.25 kg per meter cube. So this is one of the real life problem. So suppose there is one aeroplane, and through that aeroplane, suppose one person which is having the weight as a 90 kg force wants to descend to the ground. So he descend to the ground with the help of parachute. So whatever parachute he is using, that shape of parachute is hemispherical in shape, and he comes down towards the ground surface with a velocity equal to 20 meter per second. So in that case, we have to find out the diameter of parachute. So we have to assume that CD is equal to 0.5 and density of air is nothing but equal to 1.25 kg per meter cube. So for understanding purpose, we will draw the diagram. So this is the man which is having the weight equal to 90 kg force. So weight of man will always act in the vertically downward direction, and this man is descending towards the ground surface from the aeroplane, and he is taking the help of this parachute. So shape of parachute is hemispherical in shape. So whenever that person is descending towards the ground surface, then whatever air will be there, surrounding air, that motion of surrounding air will be towards this direction, that means in the vertically upward direction, because that person along with parachute is coming in the vertically downward direction. So whatever drag force will be there, that drag force will always act in the direction of motion of the fluid. So as that fluid, that is nothing but air, is in the vertically upward direction, so in this case the drag force will be in the vertically upward direction, and that will be equal to, if I am going to neglect the weight of parachute and if I am going to consider the weight of man only, then value of drag force will be equal to the weight of that man. So for solving this problem, first of all we will write down the given data. So we are knowing the weight of man, 90 kg force, convert it in terms of Newton. So kg force into Newton, that means we have to multiply this by 9.81, that is gravitational acceleration g. So 90 into 9.81, 882.9 Newton. Then velocity of parachute is nothing but 20 meter per second. U is equal to 20 meter per second. Then value of CD, coefficient of drag, is equal to 0.5. Density of air, rho, is equal to 1.25 kg per meter cube. Here we have to find out the diameter of the parachute. So here, as we are knowing that when the parachute with man comes down with the uniform velocity u is equal to 20 meter per second, the drag resistance will be equal to weight of man when we are neglecting the weight of parachute. So here, as that man is coming in the vertically downward direction and as that air is moving in the vertically upward direction, drag force will be acting in the vertically upward direction, and value of drag force will be equal to weight of that man when we are going to neglect the weight of the parachute. And here in this case, whatever projected area we are going to take, that projected area is nothing but this will be the projected area, that is nothing but the area of the circle, which is having the diameter as a d. So here in this case, the projected area of hemispherical parachute will be equal to pi by 4 d square. So here, as value of drag is equal to 90 kg force, which is nothing but equal to 882.9 Newton. So we are knowing the equation for drag. Drag force is given by equation CD rho a u square upon 2. Here, as we are knowing the value of FD, as we are knowing the value of CD, value of CD is 0.5, value of density is nothing but equal to 1.25, value of uniform velocity is nothing but 20. So only unknown term will be the area, and here area we have to consider as a pi by 4 d square. So here value of pi also we are knowing, so unknown term will be the d. So one equation, one unknown, so we are able to calculate the value of diameter of the parachute, and that diameter of value of diameter of parachute will come as a 2.999 meter, which is approximately 3 meter. So this is the answer of second problem. Now we will switch to the last problem. This is also one of the real life application. There is one kite which is having the area as the 0.8 meter into 0.8 meter, whose weight is 0.4 kg force, that is nothing but 3.924 Newton. So that kite assumes an angle of 12 degree with the horizontal. That means that kite is making an angle of 12 degree to the horizontal. That means if I am going to consider the kite likewise, so angle made by kite with the horizontal is nothing but equal to 12 degree. The string attached to the kite makes an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal. So to that kite there will be string which will be attached to the kite, and string attached to the kite is making an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal, and the pull on the string is 2.5 kg force, that is nothing but 24.525 Newton, when the wind is flowing at a speed of 30 km per hour. So here wind is flowing at a speed of 30 km per hour. So we have to find out the corresponding coefficient of drag and lift. That is nothing but we have to find out the coefficient of drag, that is nothing but CD, coefficient of lift, that is nothing but CL, and density of air is given as 1.25 kg per meter cube. So first of all, we will understand the problem with the help of diagram. So this is the kite which is having the area as a 0.8 into 0.8 meter square, and weight of kite is nothing but 0.4 kg force, that is nothing but 3.924 Newton. So weight of kite will always act in the vertically downward direction. So weight is acting in the vertically downward direction, and whatever this kite is there, this kite is making an angle of theta is equal to 12 degree with the horizontal. So here this is the horizontal line, so angle made by kite with the horizontal is nothing but 12 degree. This is the 12 degree. The string attached to the kite is making an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal. So here one string is attached to the kite and that string is making an angle of 45 degree. That string is making an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal. So here the motion of air on the kite will be towards this direction. So whatever surrounding air will be there, motion of air will be towards this direction. So as motion of air is towards this direction, so here that air will act the forces on this kite, and because of this same here pull will be generated inside the string, and the value of pull is nothing but equal to 2.5 kg force, that is nothing but 24.525 Newton, which is making an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal. P is equal to 24.525 Newton. So here in free body diagram, the direction of pull will be towards this direction. So wind speed is equal to 30 km per hour. So we have to find out the value of CD and CL when density of air is 1.25 kg per meter cube. So first of all, we'll write down the given data. So projected area of kite 0.8 into 0.8, that is nothing but 0.64 meter square. Weight of kite acting in the vertically downward direction 3.924 Newton. Angle made by kite with the horizontal, that is nothing but theta 1, which is equal to 12 degree. Angle made by string with the horizontal 45 degree. Pull in the string, that is nothing but 2.5 kgf, which is equal to 24.525 Newton. Speed of wind is nothing but 30 km per hour. Convert it in terms of meter per second, 8.333 meter per second. Density of air is nothing but 1.25 kg per meter cube. Now here to find out the value of coefficient of drag and coefficient of lift, first of all we require to calculate the value of total drag, that is value of FD, and value of total lift acting on the kite, that is nothing but we have to calculate the value of FD and value of FL. So FD is nothing but the drag force, is nothing but the force or component of total force which is acting in the direction of motion of the fluid. So as that fluid is moving in the horizontal direction, so here if you see this kite or free body diagram of this kite, there are basically two forces which are acting on the kite. First one is nothing but weight of the kite, second one is nothing but pull which is present in the string of the kite. So here if I am going to take the horizontal component of weight and horizontal component of pull in the direction of motion of the air, then whatever value of force I will get, that will be called as the drag force. So to calculate the value of drag force, I have to take the horizontal component of P and horizontal component of W, but out of that, as W is acting in the vertically downward direction, that's why horizontal component of weight of the kite will be equal to 0. So I need to take the horizontal component of pull inside the string. So here as that pull inside the string, or that P is making an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal. So here this P can be resolved into two components. First one will be the P cos 45, second one will be that P cos 45 will act in the horizontal direction, and second one will be the P sin 45 which will act in the vertically downward direction. P cos 45 acting in the horizontal, P sin 45 is acting in the vertically downward direction. So for calculation of FD, we will consider the component of pull along the x-axis, that means horizontal direction, that is nothing but P cos 45. So as we are knowing the value of cos 45, put the value of cos 45, we will get the value of total drag force acting on the kite. Now after calculation of total drag force acting on the kite, we will calculate the total lift force acting on the kite. So lift force is nothing but the force which is perpendicular to the direction of motion. So here two forces are there, P and W. If I am going to take the component of pull and weight in the in the perpendicular direction to the motion, then summation of these two components, I will get the lift force. So lift force is nothing but force exerted by wind on a kite perpendicular to the direction of motion, that is nothing but component of P in the vertically downward direction, which is nothing but equal to P sin 45 plus weight of kite which is already acting in the vertically downward direction, that is nothing but W. So put the value P sin 45 plus W sin 45, put the value of sin 45, I will get the total lift, that is nothing but 21.264 Newton. Now here I have calculated the value of total drag and total lift acting on a kite, but in the problem I have to calculate the coefficient of drag and coefficient of lift, that is nothing but the value of CD and CL. So for calculation of CD and CL we will use the equation of FD and FL. So for calculation of drag force or drag coefficient, we are knowing the formula for drag force, FD is equal to CD A rho U square upon 2. So in this formula, value of FD already we have calculated 17.34, value of area, that is projected area of kite 0.64 meter square, density as well as velocity of the air we are knowing. So put all those value, only unknown term will be the CD. So I will get the value of CD automatically, that is nothing but the coefficient of drag. Similarly, for calculation of coefficient of lift, we have to use the formula for FL, that is lift force, CL A rho U square upon 2. Here also value of FL, lift force value, that is nothing but 21.264. We have calculated value of area, projected area 0.64, rho U square, value of rho as well as value of U we are knowing. So only unknown term will be the CL. So put all those value, I will automatically get the value of CL, that is nothing but the coefficient of lift. So by this way we can solve the problems based on the drag and lift, that is also called as the forces on a submerged bodies. Thank you.